Hey guys, I'm back. So the struggle with deodorants is real. It really is a journey. I first started using a natural mineral salt deodorant stick. This was about 5 years ago, and I was sweating and smelling so much. But don't let that put you off, because if you want to switch to at least one thing that's natural, it should be your deodorant. Your body is meant to sweat, and your armpits are the location when it comes to lymph nodes, which are always fighting to filter the toxins, the viruses, the cancer cells in your body. I don't want to smell bad, but I don't want to sacrifice my clean ingredients and better health, which is why I stuck to it, and I will never go back. One of the reasons why I decided to switch to natural deodorant was because I had really sensitive lymph nodes and I had a lump on the side of my breast. That made me really conscious of the deodorants that I was using. Still till this day, I don't know what it was. It could have been a cyst, it could have been an inflamed lymph node. It hurt when I was sleeping on that side. It was really uncomfortable. I definitely felt it, even though I shouldn't have. Now, I don't feel it at all. I just think that you should really be taking care of your health. You don't want to be blocking these sweat glands because your body is meant to sweat. You are meant to sweat. So let's talk a little bit about the lymph nodes in your underarms. If your underarms are producing more odor than usual, it's because your lymph nodes are working extra hard to get rid of this really large burden, which is usually what happens when you switch to a natural deodorant, because your body's just releasing all of these toxins that were suppressed for so long. So what can we do to draw out these toxins? This is bentonite clay, also known as green clay, also known as Indian healing clay. Bentonite clay boosts your lymph detox. So if you want to make that switch and you've been using hormone disrupting deodorant, or also known as conventional deodorant, you can use this clay twice a month to really get rid of everything before you transition to your natural deodorant. Even if you have been using natural deodorant for years, what I do is I do it every springtime, just before the summer. I'm gonna read you some of the ingredients that are in toxic deodorants. Aluminium is linked to breast cancer in women. Parabens disrupt our delicate hormonal balance and an increased risk of hormonal cancers. Propylene glycol can cause damage to the central nervous system, liver, and heart. Phthalates are linked to a higher risk of birth defects and may disrupt your hormone receptors, increase the likelihood of cell mutation. So just to highlight, one thing that people should be aware of before making the switch to natural deodorants is that a lot of them use baking soda. Now, baking soda is great at getting rid of odor, but make sure and check and double check to see if you're really sensitive, because you can come up with a rash. And this leads me to Schmidt's deodorant, Bergamot and Lime. I've been using this for years. I really do like the deodorant. It does have baking soda in it, but I have no issues with baking soda. But it is owned now by Unilever, so a lot of people don't use Schmidt's anymore because of that. I was at a beauty conference and I found this, which is exactly the same, just a different brand. Another deodorant that I use that has baking soda in it is the Native Sage and Lavender. So this is obviously paraben and aluminium free. Number one ingredient in here is arrowroot, which a lot of baking soda free deodorants use as their number one ingredient. This does have baking soda in it, but not as much. With this, you have to actually take a small amount and then apply it on your underarms. But it's fine, you just wash your hands after and it's not an issue. I started my natural deodorant journey by using potassium alum, which is a natural mineral salt. Now, people have criticized this because it has aluminium in it, but it's a natural aluminium. So it really just depends on how it works for you. So in the winter time, I usually use deodorants with baking soda. In the summertime, however, unfortunately, I've realized that baking soda leaves streaks down my arm, which is not ideal. I've also looked into another deodorant that doesn't use baking soda. And the one that I found was by Aztec. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I've used this version of it last summer and I just bought a new one for this summer. And it's just packed with a lot of essential oils. It neutralizes the bacteria, which is what you want. You can also use sprays if you want something more on the go. I used to use one by Weleda, which worked really well. To sum up everything is that you just have to persevere and keep going and continue to use these deodorants until you notice a difference. Try out different deodorants, keep spare deodorants in your bag, and I think you should be fine. Do let me know if you're thinking to switch to a natural deodorant, and if you already have, how are you doing? I'd really like to know how different people get on with natural deodorants. Subscribe below, like and comment, and thank you for watching. Bye!